Holy moly, guys. Went to one of my local honey holes. It was good again. Pretty cool Sonic, well, Knuckles figure from the year 2000. I like that. Then this place, they got a new vinyl dude there. I don't know how he does it, but I think the old people just throw stuff out or something. I don't know. This is kind of a shame. I think it's a modern, you kind of see that the label, that it's not an old record. I think, like the cardboard is a bit different. But I'm not gonna leave the Pixies behind, you know? 10 euros. The sad thing is the prices are also, because he checks everything, so, but it's still a lot cheaper than, let's say, Discogs or online. Rolling Stones, Steel Wheels. I don't know this album, but I mean, it's a Rolling Stones. Yeah, I don't think, I hope this is not the worst like Rolling Stones album out there. It's probably 80s, 89. Ooh, that's pretty late. Another Fusion Jazz record, 6 euros. I mean, everybody hates it, but I love Fusion Jazz. I normally don't buy 12 inches, but sometimes it's like one of my favorite songs from Erasure, so and it's in perfect condition, so I couldn't leave that behind. That was 5 or 6. 5. This is 6 euros. Falco Emotional. I have absolutely no idea if this is a good album or not, but we all know Rock Me Amadeus, so can't be that bad, right? And then here we have another Rattle and Hum U2. Not the greatest U2 fan, but I do like him. Rattle and Hum, 20 euros. Probably expensive, but the condition on this is like perfect, so super happy. I will post all the other vinyls I got recently from that store. They're making, every time I sell some games on Vinted, I have to spend it on fucking vinyl. And then last time he told me there's not a lot coming in anymore, and now I go there and it's like good stuff all the way. So awesome. Bye. Oh shit, so back again. Brian Ferry, Let's Stick Together, also from that same store. Terence Darby, I believe. No, it's not true. Sydney Youngblood, sorry. If only I could. Actually didn't see, I thought this was the album with the 12-inch. Fuck. Yeah, Lip Sync, Funky Town. Made very famous in the Netherlands and Belgium by a TV show called The Flodders, but I assume everybody knows this song. Another one of those Gary Newman albums, I Assassin. And this one is a punk collection album. It's from the Oxfam close to my home. And they got in a lot of, I think the Kids is also from that same lot, but they got in a super sweet lot of good punk music. I think there's also already some records in my collection, so that I'm not gonna show today. The Plasmatics, 14 euros. Also pretty great. Another one from the Kids. This one was cheaper. I actually have a reproduction of this one that I'm gonna flip now. And I'm gonna keep the original from the 80s, of course. I think I have the first 3 Kids albums. A live album from The Cure, concert, The Cure Live from 1984. This one was also, it blew my mind, the number. That one was 22 euros. This one was 14 euros. Bauhaus. Press the eject and give me the tape. Gotta love. I love new wave. I can't help it. €7. Iggy Pop's and Jane Williamson, Kill City. Not a great album actually, but I just can't get rid of anything Iggy Pop related. Uh, this one is a very good orchestral maneuvers in the dark OMD album, Junk Culture, very good. The sleeve is actually water damaged or something, but the vinyl is in pretty good shape. It was only 5 buckaroos, again in the local Oxfam. This one, it looks pretty neat. It's Deutsche Amerikanische Freundschaft. It's electronic music, but it's a tough listen to. This one, why did I buy this? Just because it has the Commodore logo on it. It's like really bad electronic music made by some dude. What was his name again? The Race. All Van Lucas. All music made by Van Lucas. But it's not great electronic music. So, and it was given away at this boat racing event, and Commodore was the main sponsor. Weird shit, but I got a text. It's Julian, so. And then in another, again at the same Oxfam, suddenly they had some really great 60s albums, all from my childhood. The Byrds, Turn, Turn, Turn. Love the Byrds. The Best of Herman Hermits. Love. I mean, you can say, that's so common bands from the 60s, but you really don't find these vinyls here. These are all American vinyls, by the way. Donovan, used to love Donovan as a kid. What's it, the Mellow Yellow or something? That was my Mellow Yellow. Yeah, that was my favorite song. Love it. Mr. Tambourine, also by the Byrds, of course. These were all only 7. All these were, that blew my mind. Like the 60s records were all super cheap, and I love the cardboard is like really thick and really heavy. Like 80s vinyl is like feels like crap. Yeah, pretty nice. Love the Byrds. And if I put a lot on my music, like new wave and fusion jazz, my wife and my kids are like, "What the fuck is this?" But if I put on the Byrds and the Kings, everybody likes that, you know. This is a shame. It has like the taped up sleeve, but otherwise, €7 for the Kings, the greatest hits. Pretty nice. I actually had a pretty cool greatest hits album of the Kings, but I gave it to my dad because he's a really big Kings fan. Didn't know this band, but listened to it. Listened to it on YouTube, and I kind of liked it. Also, good 60s music, so I picked it up. It's funny. It says like plastic cover not included. Plastic cover not included, but I I took them anyways, I guess. Sorry. This one is also from one of those Dutch thrift stores. American Pie, Don McLean. And there's some other nice songs on this one as well. Things like this you would never find in Belgium, that's what I mean. No way that this would be in a thrift store just chilling. And I don't know if it picks up on camera, probably not. It's Pill, Public Image, the band by Johnny Rotten. Yeah, pretty good song. This is not a love song, it's I guess their most famous. This is 12-inch, I guess. I don't know. 45, yeah, 45, 4 songs. But still, it was €9. I never seen a Pill vinyl. I think this one also came out of the Dude's collection. Very good Cabaret Voltaire album. Also only €5. It's insane. And this one is really good. If you like electronic new wavy music, pick this one up. I assume it's cheap because it's €5 and the blah, blah, The other day he had in January he had this one. This one's older. It's also Cabaret Voltaire, but it's not that great, the music. But because it's Bruit Essentiel, it's Les Crépuscule tracks. It was like a Belgian label made by the girl who Ian Curtis from Joy Division cheated his wife on. So she was like really into the music scene, and they had made their own label. It still exists today, I believe, but not by the same people. And they released a lot of like really cool new wave music in the early 80s, and this is one of those releases. Not the greatest release because it's not that great of sounds, but a great historical piece, I guess. Oh, this is the other 50 euro Kids album, Naughty Kids. It's, I believe, the second album. So I have three Kids albums on vinyl now, which is pretty great. The Kids is one, probably the best early like punk rock music bands. Give it a listen to on YouTube. So yeah, these were all my vinyl pickups from, I guess, around the summer until now. I pick up way too much vinyl, but I only pick up stuff I like, you know. And if I do take a chance sometimes on things I never heard before, and if I really don't like it, I just send it back to like a thrift store or a record store if they give me any cash for it. Mostly they don't because. So yeah, I have a little clip from the records I found this week. Sorry for all you video games toy fans. This was super boring for everybody, but I had to get through it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys. I just put a webcam back here downstairs because I'm too lazy to set up everything all the time, and maybe I'll do more videos in this way. Who knows? Catch you guys later. Bye. Ciao. Holy shit, boys and girls. Long time since I did a video. And this video will mainly be about my vinyl collecting. I think I stopped recording around the summer. And in the meantime, I've gathered a huge stack of vinyl records. So let's go through it. This is not for the faint of heart or those who are not interested in vinyl records. First up, it's what we're listening to, Clannad, paid 150. It's like a guilty pleasure from childhood. I loved listening to Enya and stuff like that when I was young. Well, this is very nostalgic to me. So 150, no harm done, right? This was not too long ago in a pretty new thrift stores. And then this was also not too long ago, Britain's Best. The condition on this is horrible, I believe. Yeah, it's really terrible, but it plays fine. And I think that's the reason that was still there. It contains The Truck, Spencer Davis Group, Manfred Mann. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Same day, that one was €2. I found The Best of Melanie. I loved 60s music as like when I was 12. Still do, by the way, but Beautiful People was my favorite. But there's a lot of awesome covers on here. Like Ruby Tuesday from the Rolling Stones, Mr. Tambourine from the Byrds. So yeah, this one was the same day, but in better condition. There's this local Oxfam store, and the guy who has been doing the vinyl over there used to work in a record store, and holy shit, I don't know. I know he takes stuff out of his collection and puts it in the thrift store, but he also, I think in the past they would just like, if it's slightly badly conditioned or something, they would just throw it out. €7, UB40. I don't know the album's name. No name apparently. white people's reggae. What else can I say? This one was a bit of a bummer. Paid €8 in January. The best of British jazz funk. Not a lot on here that I really liked. And then I told the guy I really like early electronic music, and he pointed this out to me. Chris and Cozy. Yeah, maybe I should hold it in the screen. Love and Lust, awesome album. Some songs are a bit rough on the ears, but generally speaking, it's really good. So yeah, give it a listen on Spotify or whatever. And we were talking. He said, "Well, I got some. This one comes out of his private collection, and this celluloid is like a electronic label from the early '80s. So for €8, he brought €7. Sorry, he brought this for me actually, which is pretty nice. This one's also one from the same day. It's more Spanish style music. How do you call it? I don't know. It's good, but it's not. I love the cover more than I love the music actually. Another one of those new age, new wave albums. There's some good numbers on it, but Prima Voice, the album, this he already priced out in October, so I don't know when I bought it. Oh yeah, these are the only two non-thrift store finds. When the year started, there's always a sale, and these vinyls were €13. So I thought that's not too bad. Eels Tomorrow Morning. I actually have this album on CD when it came out, and it's a really beautiful album. So yeah, if I find it for €13 on vinyl, I'll pick it up. This one I didn't listen to in the past. Eels End Times, not as good as the other one, but Eels is always nice to listen to. Lately, I have to go a lot to the Netherlands. And their record selection in their thrift store are mostly better than in Belgium. Not only do they apparently have a more diverse taste in music, you can also sometimes still find things that you like. This, however, probably not that rare, especially in the Netherlands. But Ramses Shaffi, it's one of those Dutch singer-songwriters from the '60s, and I just love his voice and his music. It's really good. I'm not a big singer-songwriter guy, but this one I really like. He was actually he's not Dutch. The guy, he was born out of an Egyptian consul and a Russian countess or something, and they just abandoned the child, so he was taken in by a Dutch family. Super weird tale. The Sinceros, Pet Rock, pretty good in my book. I paid like $1 or $1.50 for this, also in a thrift store. Also, the shape is not that great, but it's actually pretty nice. I mostly of these early pop rock music I don't really enjoy, but this one's pretty good. This is one of those other Dutch thrift store finds. I never heard of this band before, the Peddlers, but I took a punt on it. I listened to it on YouTube before. It's like jazz, soul, 60s, and it's really good. Apparently, it was not very successful here in. I'll move my chair a bit. Not really successful here in Europe, but I like it. And then this is one of the more expensive finds. I believe I paid 50 for this in the Oxfam, but this is the first album of the Kids, a Belgian punk rock band, and this is an original pressing, and I believe there were only 2,000 pressed back in the day because nobody believed in punk rock music here. So yeah, I bought their second album as well. It's somewhere in this stack. I mean, I've been selling a lot of video games, and I have for me it's nice to buy things I like. And I was doubting. It took me 3 weeks to purchase them. So, but I will probably never find them again in this condition. Oh yeah, this stack is also pretty nice. As you know, we have the retro day at the thrift store here in Belgium in March, and there's the day of the thrift store in October. And for some reason, I don't even remember. I was unable to attend the day of the thrift store in October, so I went the Monday afterwards. So shops here aren't open on Sunday. It's Saturday, day of the thrift store, and then Monday, the first day of opening. And a lot of stuff is mostly still left behind. Not video games, of course, but toys, records. You might still be able to find some things. So as I look at the records, there's nothing really there. I see the lady puts in a brand new box of records. I don't know why, but it's like 5 after work, so 5 in the afternoon. And it's the same type of box that they use for the day of the thrift store. And I start flipping through it, and it's like, oh my god. I really adore Gary Newman. And obviously, somebody just dumped his entire Gary Newman collection at the thrift store. So that's pretty sweet in my book. Boop. And all these albums are great. Okay, it's not all Gary Newman. This one I also found that day. Bob Marley. I don't have vinyl of Bob Marley, so these were all €2 a piece. The Fat Boys, Twist and Shout. I don't buy a lot of 45s, but something this iconic I couldn't leave behind. I think Living Ornaments, 1980, Gary Newman. Also Gary Newman. And this one is on white vinyl. I already had this record. And my copy, well, they're both my copy, of course, is on red vinyl. And I looked it up, and apparently they were like released in 20 different colors or something. I think I bought this one the same day, Das Band Hotspot. It's also like 80s. Not really hip hop, but like something in between disco, soul, funk, electronic. Belgium singer For the Misses, Bart Kael. Yeah, not my style, but my son and my wife love it.